A very good morning, class 9th. The agenda for today's chemistry practical class is to find out whether the given substance forms a true solution, colloid or a suspension. And after this happens, we will be testing for their transparency, stability, and we will check what happens if you filter it through a filter paper. The substances that we would be testing today are common salt, which is this white colored solid, copper sulfate, which is a blue colored crystalline solid, sand, which you all are aware of, mud, which you are all also aware of, and milk are the samples which will be done for today. This setup is called as the filtration apparatus, where you have a funnel and you have a conical flask in which it will filter, and the funnel has a filter paper on it. We will also know how to put the filter paper into the funnel. This is my student Anita, who would be performing the experiments for today. Hi Anita. Hi ma'am. Okay. So she will start with the first sample. She has a tube with her in which she is going to add the first sample, that is common salt. A pinch of common salt. To this sample of common salt, she will add water through this bottle, which is a squeeze bottle, and then she will shake it. Continue to shake properly so that she is stirred, and you can see the solution formed is transparent. There is nothing below it. There is no settlement, and this solution is highly stable because no change is observed. Even if I keep it for a long duration of time, nothing is settling down. So we say that this solution is transparent. It is also stable. Are you in a position to see any particles in it? No. Which means the particle size is very small. You cannot see it with naked eyes. That means the solution is a true solution, and where the particles of the solution are too small to be seen, that is their size is less than 1 nanometer. Now we will try to check what happens if you filter it. How do we use a filter paper? This is how you get a filter paper. It is round cut, circular shape. She will fold it once. You give it a single fold. Press it. Give it the second fold. Press it. Then you can see there are 4 leaves in it. Take 1 leaf on one side and 3 on the other. This is how a filter paper is formed. This is the funnel that you require, and then you will put the filter paper into the funnel and set it up for experiment. Now, we will add this solution of common salt and water into the funnel and see what happens. She's adding it to the funnel, and you can see the solution has started to pass through it, and you can see it is starting to drop into the conical flask. The water is passing through the filter paper into the conical flask, and you can see the clear solution is again obtained here, and we will after some time check whether there is anything left as a residue on the filter paper. Whatever passes through the filter paper is called as the filtrate. So filtrate is something which is here, and what is left over the filter paper is called as the residue. Let it pass, and then we will check whether any residue is left or not. Yeah, it's almost done. Nothing is passed now. Let's check whether there is anything left over the filter paper. Let's see. On the filter paper, can you see something? Nothing at all, which means there is no residue. Everything of the salt solution has passed through the filter paper because the particle size is less than the pores of the filter paper. The particle size is less than 1 nanometer. That is the reason it passes through the filter paper, and you get a clear solution passing through it. We will move to the second sample now. The second sample is copper sulfate pentahydrate. Matlab formula is CuSO4.5H2O. As you can see, that's the color of a copper salt. Copper salts are blue in color. This you should know in class 9th. Now she will take a pinch of this copper salt into the test tube. So she's taken a pinch in the test tube, and she now add water to it to check for the solubility. Let us shake it. So after shaking, you can see that it is a blue colorless solution. There is nothing at the bottom of the test tube also, which shows that everything is dissolved. You cannot see any particles in it. Even if she leaves it for some time, you will not observe anything settling down in it. So you will leave it for some time undisturbed and to see whether the particles settle down or not. Since they are not settling down, we would say that copper sulfate in water forms a stable solution and the particle size is not of the range that you can see it through the naked eyes. So the particle size is extremely small. It is less than 1 nanometer. Now the third step, so what we say, the solution is transparent. If you pass your finger behind it, behind the solution, you can easily see the fingers. Move your hand, Anita. Yeah, so since you can see through it, means it is transparent. It is blue but transparent and it is stable because nothing is settling down. Now we will check what happens when we pass it through the filter paper. She will now pass it through the filter paper, the setup, and let's see what happens. Pour it totally and you can see after some time it starts to move down. It is passing through the filter paper, through the funnel into your conical flask. Let it pass through and we will check whether we are left with any residue on the filter paper or not. The probability is that we will not be left with any residue because it was a transparent solution. The particle size is too small. It's a true solution. So nothing as a residue will be left in this particular process. So the total copper sulfate solution has been transferred. Let's see if there's something in the filter paper. Let's check the filter paper. Do we have anything in the filter paper? No, which means there is no solid on the filter paper, no residue, because the particle size is less than 1 nanometer and it passes through the pores of the filter paper. And the total filter rate you have obtained in the conical flask. Moving on to the sample number 3. Moving on to the sample number 3, which is sand followed by mud. So Anita would now take some water in the test tube. To this water sample, now she will be adding sand and you will be observing it. Anita, start. So this is the water and she will add sand pinch into it. Pay attention. What do you observe? Shake it. You will shake it to see what happens. Wait. Add a little more of sand. 1 pinch more. Shake. And after shaking, quickly pass your finger behind it to see whether the solution is clear, transparent or you cannot see. Once more, shake and pass your fingers. Shake and pass your fingers static. Yeah, you cannot see any fingers behind the test tube, which shows that the solution can be called as opaque. And you can see if she leaves it for some time, you can observe that there is sand settling at the bottom of the test tube, which means these particles are heavy. You can see that the heavy particles have settled down in the test tube. If you leave it for some time, you may find that most of the particles have settled down, which shows that this solution is unstable. The particle size is easily observed by naked eye and the particle size is more than 1000 nanometer, that it is trying to form a suspension. For a suspension, the particle size is such that you can observe it with naked eyes. So the particles, shake it again. As you can see, when she shakes, the particles rise up. But as soon as she stops, they start to settle down into the test tube, which means the particles are heavy. Under the force of gravity, they settle down and the size is much higher than 1000 nanometer. Fine. So this is an unstable solution. It is an opaque solution. We will now pass this, stir and pass this through the funnel, but we will do it twice. Please keep stirring and then passing. Add a little bit and then re-stir, then pass it again, put it through. That is it. As you can see in this test tube, we are still left with some of it because these were very heavy. And let's see what happens in this filtration process. The solution is passing through the filter paper, but we are getting a clear solution. The solution is passing through the funnel into the conical flask, but it is clear. Whatever was added to the water is not observed into the funnel, means only water is passing, but sand is not passing through the filter paper. Let it pass through, then we will check in the filter paper what are we left with. Let's check what is left in the filter paper now. Pay attention. This is your water still left, it's still passing. As you can see, it is still filtering. Water is being poured through the funnel into the conical flask, and we will see what is left in the conical flask after this is done. Let's see. As you can see, there is all sand into the funnel. This is your residue. The particle size of sand is beyond 1000 nanometer, so it is called that it prepares a suspension. On filtration, we get residue. It is not a stable solution because it settles down and the solution was opaque. Moving on to the sample number 4. This is mud, the common mud available around you in the gardens. So Anita has already taken water, and to this she will add 2 pinches of soil. 2 pinches of soil, 1, and this is the second. Try to dissolve it by stirring. She would keep stirring so that this dissolves. As soon as she stirs, she's tried to put the fingers behind it, and we'll see whether we can observe anything. Can we see her fingers? Nothing. Once again, stir and show your fingers. Stir properly. Stop. Pass your fingers behind it. No. So there is nothing visible through it, means it is again an opaque solution. Let us wait for some time and see what happens, whether it is stable or not. As you can see, if you leave it for some time, some particles which are light are floating, some are partially soluble, and there is majority of soil found at the bottom, which shows that the particles are very heavy. So you can see that in this solution, there is particles settling down at the bottom because they are heavy, and the solution is not stable because it is settling down. It is not even homogeneous, it is not same all over, it is not soluble, it is forming an opaque solution. Now we will check what happens on filtering it. Since we had already used up the filter paper, we will use another filter paper, 3 sides on one and 1 on the other. We will set it. Now she will pass this solution of soil and water through the filter paper, that is filtration. Keep stirring and adding. Again stir and add, so that she tries to pass everything into it. You can see the leftover in the test tube is still a block of mud because it was not dissolving. And let's see what is happening here. The solution is passing through the funnel into the titration flask, but it is clear. In the titration flask, you can see it is a clear solution. It is still undergoing filtration. The water is passing through the filter paper, which is the filtrate, a clear filtrate, while the mud perhaps is found in the filter paper in the form of a residue, which means the particle size is too much. It is not able to pass through the filter paper, and these particles can here be clearly seen through the naked eye because the size is much above 1000 nanometers. As you can see, majority of water has passed through it, and we are left with soil on the filter paper, while here you can clearly see only water passing through the funnel, that is through the filter paper. Let's see exactly what we have got. This is the funnel with the soil in it, and that is the solution which passed through it, which is clear because the filter paper residue is that of soil, and this solution is called as the filtrate which has passed through it, showing that the solution was unstable and the particle size was large, and on filtration you do get a residue onto the filter paper. Moving on to the next sample. Moving to the last sample of the day, which is milk, and to this we will again take around 5 to 10 ml of water in a test tube. To this now we will be adding milk drop wise. But just 2 or 3 drops of milk is to be added. Have a look. Another. This is the status. Add a little more of milk. Little more. That's it. Try to stir it, Anita. Can you see she stirred it? And what is the status of the solution? Stop it. Put your fingers behind it. It's white, so it's not visible. Let me put mine behind it. There is still a haze. The solution is not absolutely transparent, neither it is absolutely opaque. Let's see. Now this solution is neither, as I said, neither opaque nor transparent. It is translucent. Let's see if we can see something behind it. She's trying to put a spatula through it. Let's see if you can see yes, you can see a haze of the spatula, but there is no clarity. Means partial visibility through the solution is observed when you add milk to water. Now this is the translucent solution where it is looking like homogeneous because it is all over same. But you cannot see the particles clearly. There are particles, but the clear visibility of the particles is not there. So now she will keep it for some time to see whether the particles settle or not. Let's wait for 5 minutes. It's been 5 minutes, but we do not see anything settling down. Let's see if there is anything at the bottom of it. No, there is nothing settling down. Shows that this is a stable solution without anything settling down. It is translucent as well as stable. Now we need to check about the filterability of this solution. The filtration is already set. She will now pass this milk water solution into this filter paper. Let's see what happens when it passes through the filter paper. It is passing. It is still passing through the filter paper and moving into the conical flask. But the surprising part is you are not getting clear water passing through the filter paper. The milk water solution was added to the funnel, but the total milk water is passing through the funnel. As you can see, it's hazy, and the solution that you are getting at the bottom is same as the one which you passed. Shows that these particles have also passed through the filter paper into the conical flask, showing that there is no filterability possible. You cannot filter off the particles from the water. The milk cannot be separated by the technique of filtration. So filterability is not a property. You will again not be observing any residue. Let's wait for some time for the milk to totally pass, and then we will check whether there is anything left over the filter paper or not. This is almost coming towards the end. Hardly any drop is now passing, and you can see you are getting back the milk water solution without the milk being separated. And let's see, are we left with anything in the funnel? Have a look. Nothing, which means there is no residue because these particles are in between 1 nanometer to 1000. They are not settling on the filter paper. They pass through the filter paper. And this kind of a solution which passes through the filter paper but is translucent, you cannot clearly see the particle size, and it is stable, does not settle, is called as a colloidal solution where the particle size is between 1 nanometer to 1000 nanometers. With this, we come to the end of this practical of class 9, where we have analyzed whether the given substance is forming a true solution, a suspension, or a colloid. So the summary is, if you are given salt, water, or alum, that is Fitkari, and if you add to water, it will be a clear solution, it will be stable, and there will be no residue, that is a true solution. But if you are given sand or soil, mud, then in that case, it will form a suspension. While if you are given milk, you will observe that it forms a colloidal solution. Fine. I hope you've liked the video. Bless you all. Stay safe, stay healthy, keep studying, and love science. Bye.